A man is dead after being hit by a train while crossing the tracks on the Seattle waterfront. Investigators think this was just an accident. It happened in a quiet zone where trains aren't supposed to sound their horns. King 5's Maddie White has details tonight.
Even as a pedestrian here on Alaskan Way and Broad Street, when the moving arms start to come down like they're doing now, you're supposed to wait, stop, and look both ways for a train. It's under investigation whether the crossing arms worked properly, but Seattle police tell us they think the man was heading towards the water, crossing the tracks, but stopped and waited once he saw a southbound train, but unfortunately didn't notice another northbound train coming, and it hit him. These train tracks,
a lot of people walk this way,
can be about as busy as the roadways and sidewalks that surround it. Along the Alaskan Way waterfront,
I see a lot of community engagement out here.
Busy carrying BNSF freight trains, Sound Transit, and Amtrak. But just after 10 this morning, an unimaginable tragedy.
When things like this happen, it's just so hard to grasp.
A train police say was going 15 miles per hour hit a pedestrian. In the hours after this, workers did safety checks on the crossing arms. While the workers didn't want to be interviewed, they told us it happens all the time where pedestrians do this, disobey the crossing arms.
Have you ever seen someone walk across the tracks while this was happening?
I think so.
It's still unclear whether that was the case with this victim. In Seattle Municipal Code, the waterfront is a quiet zone, one of just 13 across Washington, which means trains can't sound their horns unless it's an emergency. This so that people who live or do business here,
I can hear the bing, 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 bing. I would like that to not be as loud.
don't get more annoyed than they already might be from the crossing siren.
I'm really sorry that happened to that person.
But the community's keeping the victim in their thoughts.
I'm praying for the family, so I'm add that to my prayer tonight. Yeah.
It's unclear whether the train that hit the van used its horn before the collision. Now, it is worth noting as well that SDOT leaders, I reached out to them to ask whether they plan to take a closer look at the safety of these crossings for pedestrians. I have not yet received a response. Reporting in Seattle, I'm Maddie White, King 5 News.